proximity shakes Perrin. War is coming. Aram is unraveling, questioning the way of the leaf. Isla still clings to pacifism. Loyal watches as Bane and Shiad joke about Aram, but no Isle would ever sleep with a Tuathan. Still, it sparks an idea. They owe Loyal their toe, but he wants to release them, so they won't die in a battle that isn't theirs. Alana continues lessons with Matt's sisters, while Dace Conger, the new wisdom, secretly watches. Alana senses her hidden ability to channel. Maxime trains the villagers. The ancient banner of Manetherin rises, unsettling Perrin. But Fail reminds him. Symbols matter. People need someone to follow. She also reveals Lord Luke will meet them at the mountain pass. At the meeting, Perrin begs Dane Bornhald and Lord Luke for help. Dane resists. Perrin did kill his father. But Perrin reminds him of Natty, an innocent woman burned by white cloaks. Both men carry guilt. Perrin offers a deal. Help them now, and Perrin will go with Dane after. Loyal discusses Manetherin lore with the Ale. Bane notes Rand's name. Althor sounds like Thorin. Loyal invites them to play Maiden's Kiss, but refuses every kiss, an insult punishable by death. Bane saves him by pretending they forgot to ask permission from the roof mistress, repaying their tow. But then, they realize Loyal tricked them, to save them. Which means, now they owe him another tow and can't leave. That night, Alana and Maxime share a tender moment. Perrin admits to Fayle that he fears leading everyone to their deaths. She refuses to run. She has the right to fight. The next day, Matt's sisters feel disheartened by their channeling progress. Perrin cheers them up with a drawing of Matt holding the horn of Valere. They giggle at the horn's shape, but the laughter is cut short by the sound of alarm. The Trollocs have arrived. Alana has destroyed the bridges to funnel the enemy through the pass. Perrin asks Isla and the Tuatha to lead the children to safety if the worst comes. They won't fight, but they can protect in other ways. Loyal warns that none of this matters if the waygate stays open. He volunteers to shut it, but Perrin asks him not to return. Head to a steading afterward. They part as friends. The villagers prepare. Perrin begins the Song of Manetherin. Voices rise. Then, the Trollocs and Dark Friends break through the trees. The battle begins. After a volley of arrows, Perrin signals Maxime, who tells Alana, through their bond, to unleash her power. Linked with Matt's sisters and Dace, Alana summons a storm of diamond-sharp ice. It obliterates the enemy. The villagers celebrate, but Perrin and Fail are uneasy. Why did the Trollocs retreat? Alana claims it's a tactical retreat. But Perrin knows better. Trollocs don't strategize, unless someone's controlling them. Then, Alana is struck by a massive arrow. The girls rush her to safety as Dace shields them, but Dace is killed. Maxime, feeling Alana's pain through the bond, tells the villagers Alana is down. They start to panic, but Maxime rallies them with a rousing speech. At the waygate, Loyal, Bane, and Shiad spy on reinforcements being summoned. They attack and take down the guards. Loyal prepares to destroy the gate, asking the Isle to guard him. Maxime and the villagers are forced to fall back. The girls try to heal Alana, but they're not strong enough. Just then, Dane Bornhald arrives with white cloaks. But Perrin senses something's off. They arrive too easily. Then, Padon Fane steps in, followed by his blood-soaked followers. Perrin screams to close the gates. Fane is a dark friend, but it's too late. The next wave of Trollocs crashes into the village. Marine Alvear urges Isla to flee with the children. Aram leads them through a tunnel, a baby strapped to his chest, but a Trolloc follows. Aram, panicking, grabs a blade and kills it. He's broken the way of the leaf to protect others. Isla sees and is devastated. At the forge, Perrin falls into despair, convinced he's failed the people. Fail reminds him, leadership is sacrifice. So Perrin picks up his hammer, returns to the square, and rallies the villagers. He tells Fail to stay behind him. She protests. He grins. So you can kill the ones I miss. That moment, let's fucking go. They fight back fiercely, including the women's circle and Dane Bornhald. In the chaos, Volda finds the Cawthon sisters with wounded Alana. He tells the Cawthon sisters to move, but the girls link hands, channeling together. They incinerate him, avenging their mother. Perrin finds Fane, tackles him. Fail urges him to finish it, but Perrin demands answers. Fane says the Dark One is sending a message to Rand by destroying the two rivers. Killing Fane won't stop the next wave. Reinforcements are coming. In the ways, Loyal sings the Song of Manetherin as the Trolloc reinforcements approach and smashes the gate, collapsing it and himself. His sacrifice saves them all. A bright flash signals the waygate's destruction. Fane realizes he's lost and tries to bargain. Perrin gives him a choice. Leave and never return, or die. Fane flees. The village is saved. But many mourn. The next morning, rebuilding begins. Bode and Eldrin ask Alana if Alana would be taking them to the White Tower. She says no, the pattern has other plans. Aram, now an outcast, sits alone, until Moiraine invites him to stay and help in the kitchen. At the Winespring Inn, Perrin, Fael, Bane and Shiad read Loyal's final entry. He left his book knowing he would not make it back. May your soul find water and shade, Loyal son of Arrant, son of Hala. But is he really dead? Outside, the White Cloaks return. Dane calls on Perrin to honor their deal. Despite Fael and the villagers' protests, Perrin agrees. Shackled, he walks away. Behind him, they chant, Lord Perrin, Lord Perrin. 10 years ago, Ileida emerged from an arch, a Ter Angriel, where she encountered a white Aja lady. Ileida mentioned how Elfin in the Ter Angriel had promised her the Emerlin seat, but the lady cautioned Ileida, saying that Elfin could not be trusted and that every gift came with a price. Despite her belief in the prophecy, the voting did not go in her favor, and Siwan was made the Emerlin seat instead. This disappointment pushed Ileida to seek a different path in Andor. In the present, Siwan reads a letter from Moiraine. Liane enters and warns Siwan that rallying the sisters around Rand could turn them against her, giving Ileida the ammunition to challenge her. Liane suggests that Siwan should call for a vote and explain her belief in Rand al'Thor. However, Siwan had sent the letters without consulting the sisters, leaving Ileida an opportunity to plot against her. Ileida begins to gather support from the sisters. Rand helps the young Ael girl who died to harvest her farm, as he owes her tow. Egwene, while still caring for him, cannot forget that Rand has been sleeping with a Forsaken. Meanwhile, Moiraine has captured Samael and threatens him with eternal imprisonment unless he agrees to teach Rand how to channel. But Samael remains uncooperative. In Tenchiko, one of Leandrin's allies possesses a powerful Ter Angriel that can emit real fire. They are still searching for Ispan, who is dead. Leandrin's group is distracted when Moghedien, still disguised, gives Leandrin a bracelet she took from Nynaeve, claiming a man sold it to her. Leandrin decides to head to the Panox Palace to find the collar. Mat and Nynaeve spot them in the market and decide to follow them. At the palace, Leandrin kills guards without hesitation after being told that they are uninvited. Lanfear sent Samael, not to kill Rand, but to force him into harnessing his powers. She knew that Samael's aggression would act as a trigger. But everything changes when Rand finds out about Egwene's torture. Furious, he teams up with Egwene to lay a trap for Lanfear. In Teller and Riyadh, the world of dreams, Rand confronts Lanfear. He tells her he's done with her, just like Lews Therin was. He calls her out for being petty, jealous, and cruel. He says he finally sees the monster she really is. Lanfear is enraged, but before she can strike, Egwene appears and wills her away using dreamwalking, just as the wise ones taught her. The goal is to provoke Lanfear into appearing in the real world. Everyone is ready for her, but she doesn't show. Moiraine points out that perhaps Rand isn't her only target. She's right. Lanfear visits Melindra, who still owes her a favor. It's time to pay the debt. Mat, Min, Elaine and Tom split up to cover more ground. Tom goes with Elaine and opens up about their shared past, how, as a toddler, she almost tore down the palace with her magic. He left Andor when she was 5. When Elaine brings up Gabriel, Tom is shocked. He tells her Gabriel never existed, and that those memories were planted, something only a Forsaken could do. This means Andor is in grave danger. Tom urges her to return home once they find the collar. She refuses to run, and proves it by killing one of Leandrin's guards to save him. Min and Mat stumble upon a strange room with various relics, including an archway the same as the one Ileida emerged from in the beginning. Min recognizes it instantly from her vision, the one where Mat is hanging by a rope. She tries to stop him, but Mat walks through. On the other side, he meets the Eelfin, fox-like beings who grant wishes, but always at a cost. The Eelfin sense Mat's torment from the ancestral memories in his head, and offer to take them away. Before Mat realizes it, the deal is sealed. Min's vision comes true. He's hanged in front of the arch. A red Aja ally watches on, but Min springs into action. She knocks the woman out, cuts the rope, and slams Mat in the chest, reviving him. Though the voices are gone, Mat realizes some of his own memories are fading. Around his neck is a strange necklace, whispering echoes of the voices he lost. Nynaeve spots Liandrin drop a ring-shaped object. It's not the collar from the image, but she senses it's what they came for. She takes it, but waits outside for the others. Liandrin catches up and confronts her. Nynaeve tries appealing to her old self, but it backfires. Liandrin declares she will become the most powerful chosen of the next generation. She binds Nynaeve, takes the collar and throws her into the sea. As Nynaeve sinks, she sees her daughter from the accepted test and finds strength in that vision. Reconnecting with the One Power, she parts the waters like Moses and emerges, reborn in purpose. Moghedien strikes, killing Samael. She's clearly eliminating the competition. Back in the Isle Waste, the clans have gathered to determine if Rand is truly the Karakhan. But Lanfear's scheming continues. She finds Rand's loudest opponent and brands him with a second dragon tattoo, presenting him as a rival Karakhan. Melindra finds Lan. She confesses she once swore herself to the Shadow to save Malkir, but in defying that vow by not killing him like Lanfear asked, she forfeits her life. Dying in Lan's arms, she warns him that Lanfear is coming. Back in the White Tower, Siwan hears the Red Aja of plotting against her, and sends Varen and the most loyal Aes Sedai to investigate. But it's all a trap. Eleida uses the absence of Siwan's supporters to seize power, gaining the support of 11 sitters and declaring herself the new Amirlan. Siwan is blindsided, accused of being a dark friend, and is swiftly stripped of the one power. Moiraine, reflecting on past mistakes, apologizes to Rand for opposing his journey to the Isle. She admits to orchestrating the mirror trap that hurt him and Egwene, hoping to push him away from both Lanfear and Egwene. She reveals the grim truth. She's always been prepared to kill him if he ever turned to the Shadow. Rand, moved by her honesty, says he wants her by his side, and thanks her for everything she's done to protect him. But Moiraine insists he must unite the Ael alone. She promises to face Lanfear herself, or die trying. Not gonna lie, I was so scared here, felt like someone was gonna die. Liandrin sets her eyes on becoming a Forsaken. Knowing Lanfear won't help her, she approaches Moghedien instead. With Samael now dead, there's a vacancy among the Forsaken, and Liandrin believes Moghedien can help her claim it. She offers her one of the controlling bracelets that go with the collar. An alliance begins to take shape. As Lanfear misses the trap laid for her, Rand heads straight to the Ael tribes. But upon arrival, he finds the imposter Lanfear created, another man with 2 dragon tattoos. Rand doesn't hesitate. He demands to know what visions he saw in the trial of Ruideen, but the man refuses to speak, hiding behind custom. Rand uses this against him, then shocks the Ael by revealing their true origin. He tells them of their past, their oath-breaking, and their descent into warriors. His words threaten to splinter the clans, but Rand reminds them, the Karakhan isn't here to lead them into glory. He's here to destroy them and save what remains. Moiraine prepares for her own battle. She believes her prophesied death will happen in the desert. Lanfear shows up and knocks the Sakanin out of Moraine's hand. Without it, she's not strong enough for a Forsaken. Lanfear strangles her. Just as Moiraine starts to give up, Lan arrives and fights by her side. She's able to grab the Sakanin and unleashes its power on Lanfear, giving Lan the chance to wound Lanfear, but she overpowers them. Lan is knocked out. Moiraine is stabbed. Siwan pleads her case. She speaks of prophecy, of Moiraine, and of Rand. She reveals everything, but it falls on deaf ears. Her sentence has already been decided. In a brutal scene, Siwan is publicly beheaded, in the very hall she once ruled. In the desert, a wounded Moiraine senses Siwan's death. The grief floods through her, giving her a surge of power. She pulls out the sword that pierced her, something Lanfear never expected. In a final strike, Moiraine slashes Lanfear across the neck. The Forsaken flees, mortally wounded, but not dead. She will return. Lan holds Moiraine in the rain, trying to comfort her. A powerful storm rages around them, brought on by Rand. At the Ael camp, Rand unleashes that storm to cement his place as the Karakhan. One by one, the Ael kneel to him. All except Egwene. Earlier, Aviendha had told Egwene that she's not Ael, and doesn't owe Rand her loyalty. She has her own path. Watching Rand bask in this display of power, Egwene sees something dangerous. She alone realizes that Rand is pushing the one power too far. Madness is a risk every male channeler faces. And if Rand falls, it won't just be him that suffers. It'll be the world. Egwene tells him to let go. He looks at her. And just as we're about to see if her words reached him, the season ends. Damn, this finale is phenomenal. Can't believe Siwan is dead. What the hell? What did you think of The Wheel of Time Season 3? Drop your thoughts in the comments.